Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today we're going to check out a top Mythic deck that I've been seeing a lot more recently, and this time monocolored. We are going with the mono white aggro. So pretty excited about playing this for you today. This deck has definitely made a comeback and also came full circle. So first off, this was heavily played relative to Ikoria, and then now, obviously with the changes in the companion and the bans, this deck has really began to make a comeback. So let's take a look and see. Let me move my face here. What we have, and then I will call out a couple things, and then we'll take a look at the sideboard and hop into some of the matches. Now, quickly here, if you got questions, let me know down below. Additionally, this deck list is available for you in the description down below as well, so you'll have access to play it right away. Now, a couple callouts here. So like I said, this was big before Ikoria. We did pick up one card in the sideboard, which I'll cover here in a minute, but a couple of key things just to be aware of here. Tithe Taker and Hunted Witness, they're kind of one-offs here, and for good reason. One, Hunted helps you scale, obviously, and Tithe here in the best of one really helps with some of the control type decks. Now, I'm calling these two out also specifically because of the fact that I know a lot of you asked me what to sideboard. That's where I would start. Now, obviously, that's going to heavily depend upon the deck that you're playing against, but just want you to keep that in mind as we progress here through the video. Now, again, this is the same core shell that was there prior to Ikoria. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the best of three sideboard. Now here's the big one that we picked up in Ikoria, Fight as One. So this is huge. Where would I play this? It's kind of got a double-edged sword in terms of two areas that I would think of playing it. So the first is against other aggro decks in terms of having those combat tricks. The second one is against board wipe decks. So those are going to be things like Team of Reclamation. You could even make the argument of the Gates deck that's out there that you may run into once in a while. And then in terms of aggro, this is going to be against things like mono red as well as mono black, and then also obviously Mardu Knights, the deck that I put together. Now, all right. Next we have Devout Decree. This one's pretty obvious, but obviously red and black is going to lend itself towards rakdos. So any rakdos decks, including Sack, you're going to want to play this against Jund. Now, I would also play it obviously against any planeswalkers that are of those colors. So things like Lily, just to pay attention to. So she is in the Esper one. You may want to have that in your back pocket as well. All right, next we have Glass Casket. Where would I play this? Now, again, this is targets only creatures and 3 or less in terms of mana cost. You're going to want to play this against other aggro decks. I would also play this against a mirror match. That should really help you in those terms as well. Next, we got Tithe Taker. Already covered this, but I would use this against things like Simic Flash. I would also use this against Team of Reclamation. And lastly, I would use this against any Jeskai or Azorius decks as well. This is going to help you with some of those counters. Now, the last one we have here is Gideon Blackblade. This is an interesting card. Where would I play this? One, he's not going to get taken if you're playing a sack deck, so that's the first place I would go. Next, I would also maybe play him against other Planeswalkers decks, like the 4-color ones. Just something to keep in mind. The down 6 exile is going to be really helpful as well, just in case you're going to need that potentially against some of those other walkers. The other thing here where I like playing Gideon is also against other fast decks, and I like it because of the Vigilance, Lifelink, and Indestructible options. That's really going to help you, and the additional body to kind of beat them up on the board. All right, now with that said, let's hop into it here. We are going to go directly into play, even though this is a competitive deck in Mythic. I just trying to protect my Mythic rank right now, so apologies on that. And as always, before we hop into the match here, I just want to say thank you for all your support to the subscribers. It's been a crazy ride this month, and just want to thank you for all the new players here as well as returning players that have been watching. And quickly, just want to say whether you're first time here or watching me again, please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Would love to see you around more and hear from you. Would be great. Now let's get to the match here and figure out if we want to keep this. Now, having Loyal Pegasus turn 1 isn't good, and this is not the best start for us, so we're actually going to mulligan here. This we can be a little aggressive with. I will keep, and I'm going to drop 1, and we'll go Healer Hawk into potentially Giant, but we'll have to see. Now, if we're playing a Temur Reclamation deck, Giant Killer is not going to do a ton for us, and it looks like we very well may be doing that. So I can get 3 here. I might have a board wipe. Potentially. We can get aggressive though. I might not get overly aggressive. Then 6 next turn. So what I'm gonna do is play Raise the Alarm on their turn, because that will give us 8. And hopefully this sticks. Good thing we got another one. So let's get aggressive. Alright, if we don't get blown out here, we'll be looking pretty good. So no board wipe. Alright, let's see if we can sneak it in. Unless the board wipe's going to come on my turn here. Oh. We'll keep the Giant Killer. Oh man, lots of growth spirals here for Mr. or Miss Whale Shark. Oh, here it comes. There we go. And this is 4 more. Actually, we'll do that. We'll let them flash in, because we'll get the 1 back anyway on that. So we need 4 plus 1. I will keep that. Ooh, this is close. Very, very close. Euro would help them a lot right now. Now, see, when we got hit there, the fight as one would have been really helpful in this deck. So something to keep in mind as you're playing here. Ooh, where are you going, Miss Reclamation deck? I would expect them to hit their board wipe here. We're going to go into full control here. Ooh, we got through with the white weenie deck, mono white aggro. All right, against the team of Wreck. So again, those are a few of the things. Let's hop in here. I will just discuss quickly. I haven't done this in the past, but just want to talk about what I would sideboard in. We're good here. Tithe Taker, I would add more of. Fight as one, I'd probably put in there. I may actually put Gideon Blackblade in there as well. What would I pull out? I would pull out Hunted Witness, and I would maybe pull out the Loyal Pegasuses. Actually, take that back. I would only keep 2 giant killers, mainly for the sharks that are probably in that deck. But there you go. All right, on to the next match here. 1-0 with our mono white aggro deck. Here we go. Draza. I like that. Now here, this will work. We'll go 1 into Faerie Guidemother, 2 into Loyal, 3 will have some good direct damage with Giant Killer. And it's probably going to be a Selesnya enchantment type deck. Bant, it is. Alright, if we can live through the next turn here, we'll have 4, 6, 10 damage with Unbreakable. The right play might be to hold out one. I'm worried about the board wipe card. That I can deal with. So we'll put him down 6. We're gonna have plenty to bring Uro back in. Yeah, figured we'd run Taffy. Thank you, that's a non-issue for us. And we will play Pegasus. We have enough for our Unbreakable Formation if we need. We can also use Giant Killer, and we have Raise the Alarm. There we go. And we got a red in there as well. So that's 6, 7. That's fine. So as long as they don't have a counter spell, we should be golden here. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Ooh, that felt good. All right, on to our third and final match. So far we've played primarily control-y type decks. Nothing that's, I would say, is fast. So hopefully we can get a fast deck here and see how that goes, because I think that game might be a little bit different. But anyway, what would we sideboard there? We would do Tithe Taker again, is what we would put in. And you may want to run some of those exiles, just particularly for Uro, but we did just fine, so up to you. Here we go. Here is our sack deck friend. They're gonna steal something. It's coming. Ruben Hope. Oh, it did not come. Now, I'm putting Venerable Knight in there in case I want to block. Gonna force a decision. Nothing like the good old rakdos sack. Maybe Jund. We'll see with Fabled Passage here, but we'll find out. So it's still enough for 2. And we're going to struggle to come back because we didn't have any pumps. Well, we had the one. But we're not coming back from that. Too much life gain. We're going to call it good game and not waste your guys' time. So there you have it in terms of 3 matches. Struggled against the rakdos sack. You know, you could probably figure that unless you generally have that that early pump, it's going to be an issue, but obviously that can get resolved in terms of best of 3 for us. Now, lastly, what would I have sideboarded there? Definitely Fight as 1, Devout Decree, Glass Casket, and I may also put Gideon Blackblade in there. What would I drop? Honestly, I would probably drop the Giant Killers. I would probably drop Pegasus. You know, any of the things that got 1 there. I'd probably keep Tithe in there just because if he does die, you still get the Afterlife. And then I'd also get some more. Do we have another Unbreakable? Nope, we don't. But there you go. That should give you an idea of how you'd sideboard there. And last, as we review this deck, here are the cards for you. I'm going to move my face. There you go. Again, if you got questions or need some help on the deck, let me know. Here to help. And lastly, best of 3. Here's some of the options for you. Hopefully covering some of those as we were talking there and playing in between matches helps as well. All right, well, Planeswalkers, I hope you enjoy the mono white aggro deck. I think this one's great. I think there's a lot of runway for it, but again, it's a very quick burst deck. And as you saw, we still did all right against the longer games, longer matches with the Temur Reclamation and so forth. So anyway, again, please feel free to ask questions if you have them down below in the comments. The deck list is available in the description for you. And last, please don't forget to support the channel by subscribing down over there. Would love to hear from you, see from you, and let me know how my gameplay is. So anyway, take care, Planeswalkers. We'll see you again soon. Mythras out.